We chose the topic of relationship abuse because it's something that is actually very prevalent among teenagers.
I expected people wouldn't really want to share that topic, so I was pretty surprised that people came up to us.
I've experienced verbal abuse, threats of physical violence, manipulation, like threatening to hurt oneself.
I mean, early on, I was abusive. You know, when I was young, I would try to tell my girlfriend or whatever what to do and change her, but you're not changing anybody. As I'm older now, I realize that you are who you are.
So what's some good advice you would give to teens and young people who are just starting to date?
I'd say talk to somebody. I know it's hard to especially if you come from an abusive home, to find an adult that you feel comfortable being vulnerable and telling those things.
I would say take your time. You don't have to rush. If they're rushing you, stand your ground and say that's not okay.
I feel like throughout the end we got some really good advice.
Even though that it is a very sensitive topic, I feel like people they want to get their voice out there. They want other people to know their story so that they could probably help somebody else.
You learn from other people who know more and maybe have been through certain things that you haven't been through.
All right, and the last question is, do you have any advice for young couples on relationships?
Stay out of relationships.
We as a crew decided to explore relationship abuse.
The question we all had was, how can relationship abuse be stopped?
What can actually work to keep people safe? First, we heard about a program called RAP that sends trainers into middle schools to train them about healthy relationships.
And I want you to decide with your partner when you are going to take a step back and check in with each other. And when you're ready, you can step forward.
How to feel safe within yourself so that you don't bring perhaps some abusive things into your relationships.
So we use alternative sentences as opposed to just jail. We have programs known as batterer intervention programs. Those we use as a diversion.
And what we do now is we welcome young people who've been impacted by the criminal punishment system into our space to think about healing and organizing and what does that mean. Part of it is understanding how to heal yourself. When you understand how to heal yourself, when situations come to you, you have the emotional capacity to know how to maneuver and deal with things.
First impressions, he was so sweet.
We were so close, actually spent all day together. Honestly, it was just the best feeling. I had butterflies.
Things started going bad when one day his ex started stalking my social media and writing hateful comments, and so it made me think he was still in contact with her.
I started to have bad feelings. I could be texting people like other females, and she would get my phone and tell people I can no longer talk to them.
If I told him to do something, I expected him to obey.
If she said not to do something, I would just obey. I just wanted her to be happy. I realized my relationship with her was the healthiest, but we would just be physically fighting for no reason.
My reaction started getting out of control. I would try to stop him from seeing people and cutting him off from his friends.
Relationship abuse can be many things.
It can be physical, it can be emotional.
It could be male, it could be female, it could be gay, it could be straight.
At the time, I didn't know it was abuse.
But now I know.
But now I know.